Hello. Hello, hello. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Now, where are all my things? Where's chat? It's scary how quickly I forget. Sorry. I need to log in to Twitch. Has it been that long? Alright, yeah, it's been a while. How's the YouTube video? How are the YouTube videos cooking? Yeah. Well, I've dropped the ball on streaming and videos. And I don't really have an excuse other than I got stun locked, flashbanged, bamboozled by the stealth DLC drop. I was like halfway done with a video when Reign of the Warlock dropped, but then it felt like I don't want to continue that, so I didn't. Then I streamed a bunch, and now I have a new video cooking in the background, but I was like, I took a week off, and then this week I learned that, I'm not sure if anyone here plays, but Total War Warhammer, it's like a grand strategy game in the Warhammer universe. They are coming out with a Warhammer 40k version later this year or early next year. And while I'm not a 40k fan as much as I'm a fantasy fan, that got me back to thinking about Total War Warhammer. So I've been playing Total War Warhammer a bit too much. It's like just a quick 20-minute break playing Warhammer, and suddenly 4 hours have passed. Yes, the rules are exactly that, Ignac. Sorry, you probably have some other way to pronounce it. I forgot which. Yeah, we are not allowed to go to town unless absolutely required by a quest. So for example, once you leave the rogue encampment in Act 1, you can make it all the way to Andariel without going back to town ever. But once you kill Andariel, you need to go to town and speak to Variv to go to Act 2. But that's the only time I can go to town or talk to anyone. And also, I'm not allowed to do anything else while I'm in town. So like, no free healing at Akara, no mercenary. Ignatz, alright. Gotcha. Not a Warhammer 40k fan. Heresy. I did try to get into it a little bit, but I guess I like meta, like medieval armor and spears and shields and dragons instead of guns, I guess. Good morning. Hello everyone. So the main challenge of this, I started this last year, I think. I've been playing this for a long time, so we are in hell already. But I never managed to finish it before Reign of the Warlock dropped. So the main difficulty with this is, of course, inventory and gear management, because there's no repairs. There is no buying potions in town, and there's no repairs. Did I say that already? Well, it's important, so important that I'm saying it twice. So I am indeed playing a Javason, a poison Javason. So right now we're pretty set on javelins, but that has been a big part, like trying to secure javelins. And, you know, some gear breaking. I could see here that my gloves are about to break. So let's do a full gear check, because I haven't played this in like a month. Glaive. Well, it doesn't matter the damage on the glaive so much. Dusk Deep. Pretty nice. I really thought I would have found something else, but it's perfectly serviceable. Also, thank you. Where did it go? Thank you, Gold Mallet, for 4 months. Hobo for life. Thank you for your support. Peace. +2 to skills is great. Level 15 Valkyrie, whenever she decides to show up, is great. 12 to all res amulet, alright. Imagine if those +2 to passive and magic would have been to javelin skills. Alright, actually, I should have done this from the start. Let's see if we can... Let's play Can Zarfen remember his gear. So what shield is it? I don't think I made rhyme on this. Otherwise, I usually make rhyme in bone shield, so I'm gonna guess that this is some random rare. Oh, it was a rhyme. Never mind. Well, that's very nice. Cannot be frozen, all res. Magic find, some decent block. I already looked at the gloves. Then I guess both rings are magic or rare. Oh, 106 mana, that's right. I had some big mana problems with this character, but this ring helped a lot. Because not only does it make it so big mana potions are more effective, but with a bigger mana pool, you regen mana faster, because while you don't have any natural life regen in Diablo 2, as you can see, my health doesn't go up. The life regen that does exist in the game are numeric based, so like you have regen life 5, and then you regen life 5 life every whatever time frame, but the mana regen is percentage based. So even with only my natural mana regen, let me summon a Valkyrie just to show. I do regen some mana, even though I don't think I have any gear with mana regen, but with a larger mana pool, I regen faster, so that has been quite nice. I think the other one is some rare. Yeah. Cold dress, some mana, doesn't seem great. The belt, I assume, is some rare. No, it's magic. Okay, I have no idea. The boots, we used the Hotspur for a very long time. But it seems like we have replaced them. Oh, yeah, I remember. These are boots with run speed, because that was the one thing, like, oh, I wish I had more run speed. So I'm pretty sure these are... And since they're blue, I think they are rare, because otherwise they would need to have, like, chance to cast Nova or Frost Nova, and faster run walk. And since it's 2 stats, I'm guessing they are rare. Ooh, 30 faster run walk. 30 for cold res, 9 fire res. But they don't have chance to cast Frost Nova. I wonder which stat it is that makes them blue. I guess the high cold res. Final day I can catch you live again. Hello. Well, final day that I stream again. Joins No Town streamer in town. I'm not in town. Oh, I am in town. I meant to stand. I meant to stand here. Fine, you got me. Let's reposition. I'm not in town. I thought I was. I thought I had moved far enough down the stairs. Run invalid. Go again. Start over from scratch. No, I really want to get this run done. Let's see if I have anything on Switch. Ooh, Kelpie Snare. I forgot about that. Beautiful weapons. 75 slow is great. What about dragons with guns? Well, high fantasy. Yes, exactly, Sistask. I'm much more of a high fantasy guy than a... I like high fantasy more than sci-fi, I guess. What's the lore behind the warlock? I don't know. He uses forbidden magic. One of the benefits from moving from US to Australia is that now I can catch your streams. Wow, that's a long move. I hope you are handling the spider situation well. I've never been to Australia, but I know they have a lot of dangerous animals. All right. And then a bunch of charms. Decent resist charms. Oh, very, very decent charms. At least these four, like life and res, decent res, big res, big res. I have been carrying a bunch of runes with me. I don't remember, of course, any... Ooh, okay, 26 orders. I don't remember anymore, of course, what the intended plan is. I mean, the Ort runes and the Rail runes are probably earmarked. Do you say earmarked in English? Or just marked? They are marked for reparations. I liked science fiction more when I was younger, but I've grown to enjoy fantasy more as I've aged. I'm still stoked for the new Warhammer. Yeah, I think that's probably me as well. And I'm also stoked for it. I will definitely play it. But I mean, well, the Diablo 2 audience are no strangers to this, because it's the same, like you are grinding Mephisto and say, just one more run. And then after that, okay, just one more run. And I'll go until I find one more unique. And then the unique is bad, and then you say, all right, just one more run. And it's the same in Total War Warhammer. Yeah, like you play around. In case you don't know how it works, it's turn-based. So you have like a campaign part where you have some base building and some diplomacy, and you move around on a very, very large map. And then there is a battle component where it's almost like an RTS, but it's turn-based, but there's always something to do, always something to upgrade, always a battle to win, always something to do. So it's the same, like one more turn, one more turn, one more turn. Warhammer is technically sci-fi, but feels like fantasy. Do you mean 40k? Alright, let's start playing, I guess. I'll pause briefly every now and then to read some chat. God morgon från Norrbotten. God morgon, David. Hi Zarf, hope you're doing good. I'm doing great, thank you for asking. Finally catching Goblin live. Surely this won't affect the efficiency of my workday. Surely not. So, I did not remember that this was the case, but obviously we have Bride starting out in the act already. I guess we did that on last stream. Let me just make sure that I am on players 1, yes. And I think that Act 4 and the Chaos Sanctuary specifically might be the most difficult part of the game for this character, because I think the Knights are pretty poison resistant and the Venom Lords are definitely super poison resistant. I guess I didn't go over my build, I should do that, so let's see if I can lose some nerds by summoning the Valkyrie. Okay, charged strike seemed to be starting to get kind of decent, but well, now it sucks. In Act 4 it's not enough. Okay, so here's probably a safe spot. A level 71 Amazon. Wow, those resistances are very uneven. And of course I've gone full poison build, mainly for javelin and mana efficiency. Not the damage per second, but like mana and javelin efficiency. And then I've dumped the rest of my points into charged strike. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. I don't I mean, I've never posted videos very frequently, but when it comes to streaming, it really feels like taking 2 weeks off of streaming really feels like an eternity. Holy crap. I don't think we're gonna do that much fighting in Act 4. If we need more levels, we can try to do it in Act 5 instead. And the run speed from the boots is coming in really clutch right now. But like the corpse spitters are... Ooh, I'm stuck. Okay, I'm gonna do a cheeky save and exit. Because that was... my fault for trying to talk about gear. I was gonna say that the move speed is coming in really clutch to be able to run through stuff like that. Back on the grind indeed. So I'm trying to skip through the outdoor areas of the act, because I will need to grind through the River of Flame, at least the second part, and then the Chaos Sanctuary. So there will be some very grindy parts of this stream for sure. And that's such a shame too, because if you was able to catch it, the Plains of Despair did not have souls on the last attempt. And you mean souls with... well, 900 life is decent, but souls with... Ooh, here is Isuel. Isuel, but souls. Drinking potions, or like drinking rejuves like I have extra in my stash. Ooh, I'm drinking all my rejuves. I guess when or if... Oh, you bastard. Well played by the flesh spawner. Well played by the flesh spawner. And I'm so underpowered. Oh, I do have the waypoint. Oh, okay, so we've done this run already. Do we have... Okay, I didn't... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go back to Act 1. So we did have the City of Damned waypoint. Drinking rejuves like water, yeah. So, well, that was apparently unnecessary, but we made it through. But before we go into the River of Flame, I'm gonna see if I can find some easy monsters to farm a few more potions. That's been a strategy we've been using. Like, I'm allowing myself to use the waypoints as long as I don't go to town. I went to town from muscle memory, but that's not really allowed. Yeah, that one flesh spawner pulled out, like, really did did a lot for the evil legions. But you can see in Act 1, my build is really strong. I guess I should also perhaps try and summon a level 15 Valkyrie. Yeah, I definitely should. Oh, I have a bunch... Ooh, that's right, lower resist wand. Okay, so I have some nice stuff in my inventory as well. In my cube, I mean. Let's see if I can summon a Valkyrie. streamer like drops titans. Well, these might look like titans, and for me they almost are. But it's low quality ceremonial javelin. But still, the +1 to jab skills made them really solid. Okay, so we got the Valkyrie. We have not as many rejuves as I would like, but maybe it's enough. Quest? No, I'm not allowed to do quests except the mandatory ones. So you can see in Act 1 I did not do the Den of Evil quest, because even if I clear out the Den of Evil, I need to speak to Akara for my reward. I didn't rescue Cain. I guess you complete the Forgotten Tower quest by simply killing the Countess. Cube recipe to convert to normal. Could you remind me, what is the cube recipe to convert to normal? Because I don't think I still have. I don't think I have the material, but I forgot what it is that I need for it. Good morning, glad you're back on the grind. He's back. I am back. I am back. Right, level 15 Valkyrie from Peace Armor is so strong, though she does really start to fall off once you get into the later acts of Hell. But hopefully she can help us out for a while. I'm looking for maybe one more elite pack of monsters, because elites are usually, well, not usually, but they have a higher chance of dropping rejuves, and I need that ID scroll. Probably don't need all those mana potions. Can we build a Hobo, please? I'll keep an eye out for the Vex rune, I promise. Oh, Bishibosh. Okay, here we go. One more small rejuve, but a shark skin belt. My belt is not terrible or anything. But you know, 47 life, 5 lightning res. Do you miss Warlock yet? Yes and no. I mean, the Warlock is super strong. It would probably be a lot easier to do this challenge with a Warlock. But it's fun to give the other characters some love as well. Right, more loot. Arrows. I guess I will pick up a stack of arrows. And actually I think there's a partisan. Oh, actually the partisan is a polearm and not a spear. Have you migrated all your characters to Reign of the Warlock? No, I haven't migrated any characters actually, so not even this one. Maybe I should have. But I'm not sure it's gonna make that big of a difference, like I'm not using the stash or anything anyway. Ah, what a shame. Grimbuckle, the rare belt with 3 stats, and all the stats are 3s as well. A bit of a trophy item. It has 3 stats, of which one is 33 to life, one is replenish life 3, and one is repairs durability in 33 seconds. Kind of funny. Actually, some life replenishment would be nice, but I don't think... Well, actually, I like initial reaction was disappointment because it got 3 stats, which of at least a couple of are pretty bad, but I forgot which challenge we were playing. Repairing durability means that the belt will never break, and it's only like it's only a few less life. How to deal with repairing your equipment? That's the kicker, you don't. So either you need to find... You can use runes to repair your gear in the cube, but we have been throwing away some uniques and stuff that has broken throughout the challenge. There's enemies wherever I go, so Honestly, I love the rework to daggers. I feel rich finding them and giving it to Charcy. Yeah, I mean, it is definitely making you find more gold early on. I've been here as well. I guess I never... Oh, okay. So about that... about that part of grinding through the River of Flame... I'm gonna reset the map. I have no honor. I can't be fighting through that many poison immunes. Where is your summoned demon? When you need one, exactly. Poor Valkyrie. No one likes you, we only want a demon. Hello Zarfen, Greed King. Hello, hello. Zarfen makes grown men cry when he gets, say, a Valk wing and throws it away. Exactly. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Do I deal any damage to those? It's fine. As I said, there are a lot of poison resistant or straight up immune monsters in Act 4, but you know, at least we can deal with them. Poison immunes are tougher. Ooh, that's bad. I forgot how bad it is to get poisoned with this character. Since I only have one antidote, I'm simply gonna wait it out. Yeah, self-repair belt might be the way to go. It feels strange, but it might be the way. Since I have 2 friends, 3 I guess, because this is kind of useless. Since I have 2 inventory spaces, I can carry both for now. Trying to not make decisions too rashly. Also, I should make sure that I can remember, like, I can summon my own Valkyrie. It's not nearly as good as the level 15, but I do have the actual skill myself, and like now my mana regen is so good that I don't really need to worry about mana. I probably don't even need mana potions in my belt, to be honest. Could be another row, another column of health potions. Oh, hey JK, thank you for the super chat. Ooh, dodge. Zarfen has been found. It seems my numerous phone calls to the Swedish government worked. And it turns out I was not even lost. But I appreciate your concern, JK. Hope you are well. Trying to conserve some ammunition. 32% chance to hit. I think it's safe to say that the end of this challenge is gonna be pretty abysmal. Eld plus any chip gem. Ooh, well, that's unfortunate. Because I don't think I have either. No. Have you ever played Fallout? I have, but not that much. So I'm gonna make room for some... Since I found so many rejuves from that elite, I'm gonna make space for bigger potions. Or for healing potions. Fun fact, I'm only subscribed to like 3 accounts and one of them is you, because for some reason YouTube will not let me super chat with you with my main account for some reason. Oh, interesting. Well, it's an honor to be one of the 3 channels you are subscribed to. I figured it was like you didn't want to do it from your main account because it's like you don't want to be seen engaging with the Diablo content on main. I'm just kidding, of course. Why do you love Diablo? I don't know. It's fun. The gameplay loop is addicting. I think it's a lot about the mechanics are well, they're not as deep as in something like a Path of Exile, but the game mechanics are pretty deep. And engaging with game mechanics in that way makes for very fun challenges, I think. Like when we're doing a challenge like this, it really feels like every decision matters. So we got lucky and didn't get a bunch of poison immunes, at least. This time. Do you feel comfortable in hell? No. In early hell, yes, but now, in Act 5 or Act 4, no. But I'm sure we can make it work. If very slowly. I think it's because YouTube knows if JK Elites and Zarfen were to properly interact, it would be too much for the universe to handle. Yeah, probably. That seems reasonable. Well, so far so good. I think that I got quite lucky after the monster reset. Because it doesn't seem like I have any too terribly poison resistant enemies. Insight build. Insight would be the other idea, to use an insight bow. And we were planning on that for a while. But I don't know, we need to find a decent bow and the runes. And without the use of the stash in town, I couldn't justify carrying all that stuff around for so long. I don't mean the difficulty, more the vibe. Oh. Well, as a homeless Amazon, you know, beggars can't be choosers. At least hell is warm, so I don't freeze at night. The inhabitants are a bit hostile, but these days so are city centers towards homeless Amazons, I mean. Ooh. Come on. Okay, I got him. Can't be wasting my precious javelins. if we ever get Act 6, what style or direction would you like them to take with the new boss? Oh, I wish I could give you a better answer, because there's probably a really interesting answer from like a lore perspective or something. I don't really know. But like, there's something funny that happens in every Diablo game. Ooh, I got poisoned again. I can't think of any Diablo game where Act 1 is not my favorite. Like in Act 2, in Diablo 2, Act 1 is my favorite. By quite some margin, both like lore and flavor wise. In Diablo 3, actually, Act 1 of Diablo 3 is one of my favorite acts in all Diablo games. Especially the part up until the Skeleton King boss. I think that is simply fantastic. And all games, I mean, I guess why I understand why they do it. Like, they want some variety. Every act can't be, you know, dark gothic. Dark and gothic, evil cemetery, graveyard, and go into a monastery at the end. Well, actually, I think it could work, but it always feels to me like the acts get a little bit weaker as you go. And you know, I get why we go to hell, but to me it doesn't feel that special, to be honest. It's like, yeah, it's evil, it's demonic, it's scary. But you weren't really asking about that now, were you? You were asking me what I wanted them to do for a boss. I think a really nasty ranged boss would be cool. Or a boss that uses a lot of summons or something. Like, we have Duriel, the undisputed king of melee. And then we have Mephisto the caster. Maybe if they make like Super Blood Raven. I have no idea. Do you think we're getting another act? What about Act 1 in Diablo 1? That's true. I guess that only goes deeper and deeper into the... Well, full disclosure, I've never beaten Diablo 1, but it starts off the same, like the gothic, you go into the church or the cathedral, it's dark, gloomy. But I think you get down to sort of like a hell vibe later. So I guess that's what I had the mana potions for, whenever I whip out Charged Strike. The Butcher. Oh, I guess the Butcher should be a mini-boss. If we get Act 6, the Butcher should definitely be a mini-boss, because Diablo 2 is like the only Diablo game where we don't have the Butcher. I wouldn't really expect there to be another act, but I mean, I did not expect the announcement in February to be like, hey, here's a new DLC. By the way, it's available right away. So maybe. They said that if this does well, they might do more in the future, so I hope it does. So it seems to me like how far we got last time was that we reached the Hellforge, But I have not completed the Hellforge quest, so I guess I died and then I ended stream or something. Because if we look on the map, this is the Hellforge. So I must have like reached the Hellforge and then not have time or got so frustrated that I left. What if we fight Deckard Cain in Act 6? Boss rush, that would be interesting, but it doesn't really feel very Diablo to me. And I guess we kind of already have the boss rush in some way with the Ubers, because then you need to defeat a bunch of bosses. Hey Zarfen, yesterday I found my first Viper Magi. Let's go! What a nice armor that is. In the challenge I'm working on off stream right now, I also found a Viper Magi. And a really good roll too. But of course, as it happens, I couldn't make use out of it because I wasn't playing a character that could really afford to use that armor, sadly. Like, you'll see when the video comes out, but I could not afford to replace my armor, not even for a very good Viper Magi. A little teaser for you. So I'm a little bit worried about my javelin consumption, but I should make it to the River of Flame waypoint. And as long as I make it to the waypoint, we can always go back to Act 1 to farm more javelins. Like, I've used through the stack I started with, I've almost gone through this other stack. Ooh, that's a bad poison, but it's fine. I'm not gonna get hunted down by these, I don't think. Though that was a bit of a panic potion. I should really have waited for the poison to run out before I healed myself. But, you know, it's maybe not strictly necessary to min-max every single super health potion. Now that I can, I do have the Valkyrie, I do have the Kelpie Snare, so even if I run out of javelins completely, I should be able to go back to Act 1 and somehow farm another stack, or even go to Lower Kurast. I forgot about that. I think we did that last time. Went to Lower Kurast for some javelin farming. Ooh, almost got stuck. Well, as usual, I am always a danger to my own progress. Running, getting stuck somewhere. It feels so bad to use a Plague Javelin on a single Urdar, but I kind of need to because my level 6 Valkyrie can't really do it. Maybe a level 15 Valkyrie could slowly take him down, but level 6? Nah. So we'll clear this area out, then we will try to do the Hellforge. And I guess I wonder what rune we are really hoping for. Because I did kind of burn the rune bridges by not keeping a single... I don't have any socketed items on me right now. So even if you find a really good rune, it's not very likely that I'll be able to make use out of it. With no town benefits, what do you miss more? Like what I miss the most from town. Good question. I think it is buying potions, because that... Well, actually that's kind of, in a weird way, it's kind of fun to not be able to buy infinite potions for cheap. It makes it feel like looting potions matters. Ooh, level up, nice. Yeah, I mean, there are good quests, like talking about rune words. The socketing quest could be pretty big for this. Of course, using the vendors, repairing and buying potions, but also mercenaries. Though if I had to pick one, I would probably say that I miss just bartering with the merchants. Not only is that free heals. Oh, actually, sorry, I just realized the correct answer. The number one thing that I miss the most from town is the shared stash, or like the stash in town, because that we have thrown away a lot of potentially good loot. So the stash for sure. I mean, the 3 life replenishment isn't really doing much for us. I guess I threw the other belt away, so I guess we're stuck with this one, but I didn't really consider that my life pool is literally 900, like. So 3 life replenishment isn't that much. And like in theory, it's good because if we really get screwed, I could go stand in a corner and wait for 5 minutes to heal back up, or maybe 10 minutes. But in practice, I can just go back to Act 1 and open some chests, or let my Valkyrie do something for a while. So it's a neat idea to have some life regen, but unless it's, you know, a lot, I don't think it's really making a difference. Yeah, yeah, the potion healing is also big, but I mean, I'm starting to forget because it was so long, such a long time ago. But at one point, mana potions were the bottleneck, and then at some point, javelins have been a bottleneck throughout, but at some point, mana potions was a bottleneck. Yeah, no repair, no quests, no buying, no using the stash, no free heals from Akara. And no buying more javelins. So we are running low. I have 44 of this, and then I have 1 of those. And the reason I'm saving this one is that I intend to repair it, because it's a stack of 120, and it also has +1 to all skills. And just to show you how much that does, now my Plague Javelin deals 7.5k, but with only 1 more skill points. That goes up to 9k. So Plague Javelin really, really benefits from skills. So I guess Lore Helm, anyone? If we get a Soul Rune from the Hellforge, then if we get a Soul Rune from the Hellforge, we will go look for a 2-socket helm. I guess is the lesson. The old belt is literally right next to you. Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, I mean, Dusk Deep helps the resistance situation in a big way. But Lore does have lightning resistance. But yeah, this is definitely bad. Let's save 5 skill points for now. Okay. Now this will be tricky. Because I think that there's a risk that I will not have enough javelins to take the Fasto out. Spider bow. Spider bow, a stack of arrows. The backup plan is right in front of us. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I have 30, or right now at least 20 resistance less than usual because I couldn't save Anya. I guess I could have saved... No, I couldn't have saved Anya because you need to speak to Mala to get the potion to free her. So I'm missing some free resistances that you usually have. Alright. Cursed Might Aura. Imagine if we had Bind Demon. This would have been a sweet demon to bind. At least he is not extra fast, so I should be able to kite him. Let's see how much one Plague Javelin does. Oh, decent. I mean, he's Spectral Hit also, which increases resistances. Thank you, Cyclone, for 11 months in a row. That is a long time. Thank you for the support. Superior Flail, someone said Hobo before. Three-socket Flail could be useful, but maybe not for this character. Can we cheese him? No, he figured it out. I thought we could maybe moat trick Fasto. Alright, well, I was worried for nothing. This fight is not scary at all. Oops. Well, if I'm gonna miss my javelins, or if he hits me even once, I could die. 800 HP. Maybe not, he's not extra strong. And I think, like, the first hit would not... like, he needs to hit me to trigger the cursed, right? So the first hit would not be me cursed. Ooh, clutch block. Actually, not terrible block chance. Okay, I'm gonna summon the Valkyrie just so I don't... Ooh. Almost died anyway. Alright. So what are we even hoping for? Sol for lore, an Amrune. Well, I guess actually no, because I can never socket my Dusk Deep. Like there is, I can never access that quest. Oh, that was bad, but it's fine. But I'm gonna play it safe and wait here for the poison to run out. Ooh, Lamb yeah, Lamb would be good. Though I don't have a Neff. I know Neff is one of the runes that I had at some point. Oh, I do have a Shale. Shale Iotel for cure. Not that great. I can make another piece. Shale Fal Amn. I don't even know. I think it's unlikely that we're gonna be able to make use out of a rune, even if we get a good one. Without excessive farming, that is. Okay, there were more monsters left alive than I thought. And I guess I kind of need to get rid of them so they don't swarm me while I smash the Hellforge orb. It might actually be a mistake to even do the Hellforge, because going here has depleted, like, by the end of it, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have used like half a stack of javelins between Hephasto and all of these guys. But of course, getting the Hellforge reward is fun for like the stream, so it's definitely worth it for that. I don't want to see that icon low on ammo. Oh, I don't have the... I don't have Mephisto's Soulstone.
I can't.
And I think you can get another one by simply speaking to Deckard Cain.
Impossible.
But of course I can't speak to Deckard Cain. Ah, what a bummer.
I can't. Impossible.
So after all...
I can't.
Man, that's unfortunate.
I can't.
I don't think I've ever run into that problem anymore, that I no longer have the stone, because you don't need to have it in your inventory. You can have it in your stash, you can have it wherever, you can get a new one from Cain. I bet those NPCs in town miss you. You should write them sometime. Probably. They're like... This hero came to the rogue encampment moons ago, but then we have only ever see them every now and then. I wonder how it goes. Grab the hammer in hand and try it again. Oh, well, I can do it to... for you, but that's not the problem.
Impossible. I can't. Impossible.
Because you don't need to have the hammer in hand to place the stone. And I'm sorry to all the Hellforge enjoyers, but we're not gonna repeat Mephisto. That was a hell of a grind. I'm kind of interested in trying to run for the waypoint, but I don't want to get stuck on this narrow terrain that we have up ahead. Ooh, perfect. This is the level 15 Valkyrie, of course, as she spawned by our attack. Do you have javs on your swap? No, I have a spear. Not any spear. Kelpie's snare. But since we have cleared everything out very, you know, how do you say, diligently, we have free passage back to the previous waypoint if we need to go look for more javelins before we reach the waypoint. I mean, the level 15 Valkyrie can at least take care of grotesque worms, but she is starting to fall off. New challenge, kill Mephisto with a Hellforge Hammer. They should make it so if you kill Mephisto with a Hellforge Hammer, you get the Hellforge reward by smashing Mephisto with it. I guess there is probably some lore reason why you need to be at the Hellforge to do it. Well, what do you know, I decided to run for it anyway, but it didn't work out. Well, I at least managed to escape. But now I'm gonna lose my level 15 Valkyrie, most likely. Maybe I can... oh, force teleporter. Nice. Saved her. And you can't heal your Valkyrie, since she is not a mercenary. So we have 2 more javelins. Yikes. Well, I guess I do have 1 more here.
I can't use this yet.
Oh, I can't even use a decent bow. Okay. I thought that maybe the waypoint is just up ahead, but there were quite a few enemies still there. So, time to backtrack. What's your favorite character? I like them all for different reasons. I enjoy playing the sorceress. I enjoy the summon necro. I don't really like the druid that much, and I used to really like the trap assassin, but I'm not that big of an assassin fan anymore. The Amazon I like a lot, especially the bow Amazon. The paladin is fun for challenge runs. I'm not that into like the hammered in playstyle. Ooh, perfect. Any spear. I guess this could be a insight. No, actually, you can't make insight in spears. I almost went into that trap. But one set of arrows and a spear in the cube creates a pair of javelins. And I'm gonna repair the low quality ceremonial javelins right now. A full stack of +1. Seems a little wasteful, and to be honest, I think it is a bit wasteful. And also, I don't really know what am I even gonna do with all the gems? Probably nothing. But I can't bring myself to throw them away. So we'll look for 1 more spear, or 1 more set of jabs before we go back. Hey Kano, what's up, what's up? Is a summoner Amazon possible? I don't think there are any charges with summons at all. Like there are items like this, a chance to summon something, but I don't think any summon spell can show up as charges. But a high level Valkyrie is pretty strong. And you can also buffer, like if you look at the passive and magic tree, whoops, let's not die. She does receive bonuses from the Amazon's passives. It's not gonna be very good though. I should probably not kill random enemies if I'm just looking for spears. Like the 5th Jade figurine or something. We found, of course, no way to turn it in. Having fun with this challenge? I am. It has been fun. Though now I'm trying to finish it, but it turns out that the last 2 acts of hell are tough. Sanctuary's economy is collapsing because heroes no longer spend their gold in town. True, poor merchants. They have stocked up their shelves and no one's coming to buy their junk. Okay, so since we found these arrows, now we only need any spear, or of course straight up javelins.
I am overburdened.
I'm trying to be quick here because I don't want to get trapped in a hut, but I am physically incapable of not rummaging through the loot. Actually, we have 82 javelins. I probably don't really need to farm another set of spears right now. You know, I might find a spear randomly in Act 4 as well. Ooh, flawed amethyst. Or was it a chipped gem? Anyway, I'm not gonna bother with trying to repair my low quality items. All right, let's run back. How's the challenge going? It's going fine. Like, it's going well, but also those are depleted, by the way. There's not a single javelin left. But I've been live for, let's see. Where is my overlay? I've been live for an hour, and we have made it through, like... We ran past 2 areas, and then we have grinded our way through most of the 3rd area. So it's not very quick. But at least we're making progress. Pick up the flawless amethyst. I need a perfect one. I guess I could, if I find another flawless diamond and cube them together, I guess I could re-roll one magic item. I've saved all of the gems and I mean even some jewels because I keep thinking that I could make that one crafted item that will save me, but realistically one craft is not gonna make a big difference. And now my kelpie snare is breaking again. I guess it is very expensive to poke trash mobs with the kelpie snare. Like, it's expensive in durability. And I only have one more Ort rune. Use the Hellforge Hammer to bonk Diablo on the head. I don't think 5 to 15 damage a bonk is gonna do it in the Diablo fight. I think this will help out a lot in the Diablo fight, having 120 plus 1 jav skills. Man, my own Valkyrie sucks. But I can't really keep the level 15 one alive very well either. Is the problem. Well, we should be getting close to the waypoint, at least I hope so. Let's try to get as many poisoned with 1 javelin as we can. Ooh. Clumsy to get poisoned like that, but it's fine. as long as I'm only fighting knights, they can't really, I mean, even if they poison me and slow me and stuff, they don't really chase me, so they can't really capitalize on crippling me with poison. I guess they can send one grotesque worm after me. Which could be enough to take me down, to be fair. Oh, I healed too early. I forgot to wait out the poison. Oh yeah, I should definitely, yeah, I should poke with javelins. If I only care about summoning the Valkyrie, I should definitely poke with javelins. It's just for some reason it's like ingrained in my brain that I switch to this to poke. But I'm gonna have to use this against Diablo. We do have 1 point into Impale, which always hits. So we do have a very reliable boss slowing setup. But of course, every poke is a 40% chance of losing durability. An inventory without the portal, Tome of Town portals, yeah. It's unusual for sure. Though I guess now with the new unique ring from Reign of the Warlock, it could actually be a reasonable thing to do for some characters, like the sling ring. Which, in case you don't know, is a ring with +1 to town portal as an O skill. I was fortunate enough to find that on my first ever Warlock. And I had not seen the item beforehand, so when I saw it, it was really mind-blowing. What do you mean +1 to town portal? Though, as someone pointed out when I found it, would be completely useless for this character, which is kind of funny. Saves 2 squares, worth it. Yeah, it does. And I mean, the ring is good on its own. I don't think dedicating your ring slot for just that effect would be that good, but the ring itself is fine. Well, it's great depending on the character you're playing. If you're playing a magic damage-based character, a caster specifically, it's amazing. I got a rule for you. Well, I'm not accepting until I know what it is. Yeah, the Bone Knights cast the bone armor. Got poisoned again, so then I'm just gonna go in and poison as many of them as I can and then stand here. I think you should only go to town for your stash. No, that takes away a big portion of what makes this difficult, because having to make the decision of what to throw away or and not. Oh, I guess I do have a perfect amethyst, so I could re-roll or craft something. But I think that the fact that I don't have the stash and need to you know, balance runes, or you know, balance potential future gear upgrades with health potions, it's what makes this fun. I'm gonna see if I can skip some of those. Oh, I could. Not that they are difficult, but like they were spaced out in a way that I had to spend like 2 javelins per 1 enemy. Hello, human. Hello, hello. Oh, Crescent Moon has Dire Wolf, Spirit Wolf charges. And I guess Heart of the Oak has Oak Sage, or is it Spirit of Howl Spirit or whatever? Charges. Okay, so there are definitely summoning charges on some rune words and potentially some uniques. Yeah, actually, Carrion Wind, the unique ring, has Poison Creeper charges. So that was incorrect. There are definitely summon charges. But I was thinking, like, is there anything I can get early, like Clay Golem? I guess Metal Grid has Iron Golem charges, so there are a lot of items with summon charges, but probably not any early game ones. I loved the wheel challenge with the barbarians, yeah. These challenges are fun because we see a problem solve around the restrictions. Yeah, and that is what's most fun for me as well, which is why, like, some challenge ideas that are presented are like, well, that's a good challenge, like that's difficult, or like that would be very you know novel or unique. But I'm mostly interested in challenges where I have to make decisions and, you know, yeah, like you said, do problem solving, or, you know, adapt on the fly. Those are the most fun. So something like this has been fun, though very annoying at the same time. But as you the challenge you mentioned, the wheel challenge, was basically a constant barrage of like new problems to solve every act. So that was very fun too. So in a way it feels to me like not as much as I'm doing challenge runs as I'm doing like themed runs, or like restricted runs in some ways. I guess restricted runs are challenge runs. But my point when doing this is not to try and do the most difficult thing possible, but something that somehow leads to like interesting decisions, or like interesting ways of playing around an obstacle. I guess we can keep one Scroll of Time portal for the Chaos Sanctuary. Shooting Mephisto with a barbarian with a bow for 40 minutes. There were some pretty weird situations in that for sure. It was the longest Mephisto fight I've ever had for sure, but it was safe. What skill can you even use on a barbarian? Well, that's the thing. You can't really, which is why it took 40 minutes. I got my girlfriend into playing D2 and D4 with me from your vids. Nice. Finally can watch D2 without spoiling Warlock gameplay. Can't afford it yet. Well, I think you're doing a great move by not spoiling it for yourself. I managed to not spoil almost nothing for myself before my first playthrough, and I enjoyed it immensely. Discovering all new content and, you know, trying all the new skills blindly was great. You can use Leap and Find Potion and Warcries. True, but those aren't really bow skills. I guess if you think about it, Grim Ward is a bow skill in a way. It really complements the row playstyle, and then of course with that it also complements the bow playstyle. Man, I really hope that I don't have to go through this corridor, because there, I can see there's a lot of enemies there. But it looks like it, yeah. I shouldn't have said anything. And now I really wish that the Amazon had some sort of leap attack or any mobility skill. Well, it will be good experience, right?
Good day to you, partner.
It looks like we have to go and farm more javelins very soon.
I am overburdened.
Or maybe not very soon, but kind of soon. Thank you, M. Zinker, for 8 months. Thank you for the support. So the current plan is to make it to the Chaos Sanctuary entrance, and then we'll go to farm javelins. And I think if I have 2 stacks of normal javelins and then my special stack, I think I should have enough to clear the sanctuary. Depending on the randomly spawning monsters, especially the elites, I guess. If I get a bunch of Venom Lords, including some Venom Lord elites, it might not be enough because they are so poison resistant, but hopefully it'll be enough. Ooh, I'm in a bad spot, I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a very bad spot. Ooh. Close. And in my infinite greed, I didn't even use a full rejuve in that situation. So that was lucky. I should have used one of my many full rejuves. I almost died. But it looks like we're coming up on the entrance now, so slowly but surely we're making progress, with an emphasis on slowly. Oh, it was. I thought that this was part of the wall to the entrance, but it wasn't, so we weren't as close as I thought. Wishful thinking, maybe. Oh, my basket is breaking too. Well, actually, it's not. I must have misseen. Maybe there was a fireball behind it or something. It looked to me like the helm was yellow. Okay, I'm gonna use the good javelins very briefly, just so I don't have to give up in the middle of the river flame. So, probably a mistake. I should save these as much as I can, but... if I picked this class because ammo makes it harder, I picked Amazon because I thought she would engage with the challenge in an interesting way.
Not enough mana.
Not necessarily that it's the hardest, though it certainly is difficult.
I am
More
overburdened.
that, you know, it seems like she would run into fun situations. 118. Oh, I'm so close. But even if I dump all my points into dexterity, it's not gonna be quite enough. Do you like to bike uphill both ways? Yeah. But one thing to note though, that even though the ammo situation makes it difficult, at least, I mean, if I had used any other character that's not a caster, then I would have to worry about repairs all the time. Man, that is 110 harpoons, but I mean, I'm so far off a level up. I think it's this way. That's the right and right place to the exit or the entrance. I guess an exit is an entrance, or an entrance is an exit if you think about it. If we ever get a sixth act, I have no idea from like a lore perspective what would make sense. I thought it would be cool if they made Act 4 a full act, but I don't think that's very likely that they're gonna go back and change acts like that. But who knows, maybe. I know it isn't longer than usual, but this feels like an extremely long River of Flame, but I guess it is because I'm slow, as I'm killing so slowly. Alright, here we go. Let's clear this pack and then we'll go farm javelins. This character is not converted to Reign of the Warlock. I honestly didn't even think about it before I started today. So I'm not sure if I'm missing out on something by not having converted. Come on. Trying to save one javelin. Here we go. Okay, so I used 25 of my good javelins. Make that 26. Ooh, the Oblivionites are poison resistant, huh? Okay, we need to go back. But now we have cleared a way to the Chaos Sanctuary, at least. Now I just need to remember to absolutely not save and exit the game. Oh, that's so right, Frank. I could get lethargy charges on items if I upgraded. That would have been great. That's a great idea. At the current pace we're going at, it doesn't seem like we'll finish this challenge this stream, right? I mean, I really hope we kill Diablo, but it doesn't seem like we'll make it all the way to Act 5, right? So I'll definitely upgrade for the next stream in that case. Now, they did not change any of the existing characters or skills. They did introduce a few new items, but they didn't change any old items except daggers. They did change daggers a lot. How do you plan on killing the Infector? Slowly. That's definitely the hardest. That's gonna be the trickiest part of the Chaos Sanctuary, I believe. I'm not doing these challenges because they're hard. Also, Goblin, one-shots only. Fair, but also a lot of that is, to me, the way I played it anyway, very much a problem-solving challenge. Like, how can you get, for example, normal Andariel has 1024 life, I believe. How can you deal over 1000 damage with a new character starting in Act 1 normal without leaving Act 1 normal? To me, that is a problem-solving challenge. Did you see the D2 survey Blizzard sent out? I heard something about it, but I didn't see. Huge change in Warlock, can't gamble Gull Dagger. Oh yeah, that's right, because they made daggers the Warlock caster weapon. It is now sold by caster vendors like Akara and Drognan, and you can't gamble them. So that's a fairly negative thing, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Surely no monster will come here. Then we'll farm javelins, then we kill Diablo. Going to the bathroom without full HP would stress me out. Well, I was fairly certain that there weren't. Like, I've cleared this area before, but you know, there is a non-0% chance that there would be some small enemy I forgot over here. Alright, the plan... What was the plan? Oh, the plan was to go and farm javelins. Of course, of course. I guess we could do some more Korost running, but if we go to Korost especially, I need to heal. Actually, I didn't realize it when I went to the bathroom, but I could have just paused the game. I was like, well, I can't go to town, so I guess I have to leave the game running. But the pause button is not off limits. Ooh. I guess this area is a fair bit more dangerous than Lower Korost, especially because of the guys that cast Blizzard. Should do a no bathroom challenge next. How long can I play Diablo before I need to run to the bathroom? I guess that would all come down to how degenerate am I willing to be on camera. And make what you will out of that statement. I'm really looking for spears now. So hitting weapon racks in Lower Korost, in Lower Korost could be fine, but I've already cleared Lower Korost in this game. And I absolutely do not want to save and exit, because then I'll lose all the progress in Act 4. But maybe I should go to Act 1 instead. Because then at least my Valkyrie can help out more. Okay, we are leaving this place. I guess it's all about Lower Korost, not the other Korost areas. Did I miss the Hellforge? It was really funny in a sad way. I do not have Mephisto Soulstone in my inventory.
I shall purge this land of the shadow.
And you can speak to Deckard Cain to get a new one. But of course I'm not allowed to speak to Deckard Cain. So we couldn't do the Hellforge. So I I used a lot of javelins to make it to the Hellforge and kill Hephasto, but then we couldn't do it anyway. Next time I should try to remember to not completely run out of javelins. Like I'm trying to not use this stack if I can help it, but now I kind of have to. But like I should save some of the throwaway javelins in reserve, specifically to go farm for new ones. I think all the skeletons are poison resistant, so I shouldn't really be farming for javelins here in this area, I guess. Can't you just kill Mephisto again? I can kill Mephisto again, but I wouldn't say just kill Mephisto.
I am overburdened.
It was kind of tricky and used a lot of resources. And now my Twitch chat crashed. I hope it was just Twitch chat. Oh, everything crashed. No, it was YouTube chat. Am I still live? It seems like I'm still live. Test. Okay, stream is fine. YouTube is working. Okay, good. So it was just Chrome crashing. Good. Thank you for letting me know. Like I have the chats and everything on my second monitor, and I was flashbanged by all the like error pages in the browser tabs I have opened. Cracked harpoon, another harpoon. Curse you. I'm gonna pick it up just to show why for new viewers, but it requires 118 dexterity, and I have 111, and I have 5 unused stat points, but that's not enough to bring me to where I need to be. So right now we're looking for javelins. Thank you, Hakuna Yortatas, for 3 months. I appreciate the support. Our Hobo son is still D2R, though I guess I should have converted her just so I can get some cool daggers with Warlock charges. But other than that, I don't think it makes that much of a difference for this character. Sorry about that. That came out of nowhere. I couldn't mute myself in time. In time. And when you're really struggling for javelins, they are nowhere to be found. But then when you get, or I shouldn't generalize, when I have a lot of javelins, it feels like it's no problem at all, so I use them very... I spend them very carelessly, but now that I am low on javelins, it feels bad. Maybe I should go to Act 2. It feels to me, I don't have the data to back it up, but it feels to me like spears and javelins are more common as loot in Act 2. But also a fair bit of poison resistant enemies. Reign of the Warlock? Did they change the drop rates in Reign of the Warlock? Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea. Well, since we're looking for, like, I would be thrilled to find a cracked trident right now. So we should definitely be on Reign of the Warlock then. Interesting. I didn't see anything about that in the patch notes or anything. Yeah, that's true. I know they changed the Andariel drop rates, but that was in the patch notes at least. Oh, I should not go into houses. I'm gonna end up using all of my good javelins, aren't I? Well, no one is to blame for that other than myself.
I am overburdened.
Rare antlers. Imagine how many javelins, rare antlers, the gold from selling rare antlers could buy in town. Ooh, Ortrune.
I am overburdened.
Well, Ortrune is in a roundabout way kind of like finding 120 ceremonial javelins. So that was a pretty nice find. Oh, I heard another rune drop. 2 orcs in a row. Oh, no way! Called it. Streamer loot confirmed. Have you ever seen someone get so excited by an orc rune? Orc rune. What an odd run this has been. Double orc. Pug champ, as they say. I need to do some inventory management. I have so many. I'm very, how do you say? I'm set when it comes to regives right now. The keyword being right now. Actually, if I'm strapped for space, I should definitely get rid of some of the gems, but whatever. Alright, what are we saying? Nightmare cows, maybe. I've went into that trap several times. You can't do the cow level because you can't go to Tristram without completing a quest. And also you need to be in town to open the portal. Zarfen, I am convinced these streams are pre-recorded. That is 3 times now you have asked for a specific rune and it drops 2 seconds later. I mean, you gotta manifest it. Not in Diablo 2 specifically, but generally in life. You need to ask for what you want out of life. So maybe I should have asked for $1 million instead of an orc rune in Diablo 2, but you know, we all have our priorities.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, Titan's Revenge from this goat pack, please. Well, it doesn't work every time.
I can't carry anymore.
Circlet. I have 13 of them. Okay, I can definitely afford, quotes, air quotes, to identify a circlet. Well, this would allow me to wear the harpoons. Actually. if they are still there. Man, I don't remember where I found the harpoons anymore. I'm fairly sure that the harpoon I found in the River of Flame has despawned. Yeah, and this, the other harpoon I found somewhere in Act 1, that was only 53. Yeah, the gold is useless, but, you know, it's hard to break the habit. And someone made a really good point that it's not worth unlearning to pick up gold for this challenge, because then the next time, if I go into the next challenge thinking I should ignore gold, it might hurt me in the future more than it saves a few seconds now. Though I have been registering mentally a few times where I take unnecessary risks, like taking damage with limited healing, for example, to pick up gold. War Javelin, let's go! Okay. Oh, actually, can I wear war javelins? I think so. Yeah, I can. Okay, so I used a lot of those javelins, 74 left, or I used 20. That's not too bad. And I have 66 of these, and then I have 3 orc runes to repair these. I think that's enough for the Chaos Sanctuary. Can we learn to stop picking up unique so when you find a Stone of Jordan you will run past it? Never. You can never get me to forsake my uniques. Man, I'm so frustrated with myself that I can't bring myself to throw away the stupid gems. Oh well. I just want to know I really enjoy your content, your work. Live knowing that cutting edge cancer research is being done literally while watching your streams. Oh, nice, Nawark. Happy to hear that. Sometimes I get comments on videos that are in the vein of something like, this guy is so patient. Imagine if he channeled his patience and grit into something useful, then we would have cured cancer by now. So then, in some way, maybe I am contributing in the smallest possible way. He ate his face, hello. Well, that makes me feel bad. I'm just sitting here scratching my paws. Thank you for that information. They are poison resistant, but it's fine. We have lots of javelins right now. Actually, they are really poison resistant. Is this where I pull out the lower resist wand? I don't think so, because I have very limited charges on the lower resist wand. Only 13. I might have to use an orc on that. Orc plus a flawed... Oh yes, then I need to start picking up flawed gems too. Oh, it seems like they're not very lightning resistant though. The Doom Knights anyway. Okay, nice. Finally the backup attack is doing something. Where did you get the low resist wand? Well, I don't want to tell you after what we just said, but we were in Kurast in Act 3, and there was a magic grim wand on the ground. And I said, this could be our lower resist wand. And then I identified it, and it was. So I'm really not beating the streamer client allegations. I'm starting to think that I should have brought some mana potions with me. If charged strike is gonna be one of our main ways to deal damage now. Yeah, it seems a lot better to use charged strike. Am I really gonna run back? Do you think I can leave those guys? Probably not. I will probably have to kite back here later, so I shouldn't leave them alive. And then he nearly forgot it on the ground. That can be said for a lot of items. Exactly. Imagine if all content creators and all the guys who spend their time watching researched cancer instead. Surely would have the cure by now. Surely. Surely a bunch of us, you know, untrained random people could have contributed to cancer research in a meaningful way. And here we go. We went back to Act 1 for 20 minutes to grind for a javelin.
Impossible.
And then we find one from one of the enemies we left alive. Oh well. Okay. I'm keeping this because this can be used to craft javelins. But the flawed, it's time to forget about the flawed diamonds. Ooh, the Stormcasters are super weak to my Plague Javelin. The downside though is that they drain my mana. And they are kind of spaced out. Shoot. I think I need to grab some mana potions, so I guess the grind wasn't done. Because I don't want to drink rejuves for mana only. I did forget about the mana burning enemies in the Chaos Sanctuary. How many high runes do I need to get a girlfriend? You only need Shale, Thal, and Am for a 2% chance to summon a level 15 baddie when striking. At some point I'm gonna run out of trash monsters to kill for potions, but hopefully that time is not yet. I know we left at the very least some unique skeletons. Zombies, I mean. Let's try and hit them all with one javelin. then it could be not as wasteful. Actually, those died really quickly. Two mana potions. One, two, three.
I am overburdened.
That's probably enough, right? I'm not gonna need more than 3 mana potions for the entire Chaos Sanctuary, right? That rune word is called peace, therefore it cannot be compatible with a girlfriend. Wow. No comment. Making sure the coast is clear behind me. This looks semi-frustrating. It is becoming a little frustrating. Like, it's a fun idea, but now in Act 4 especially, it's very much grinding to make any sort of progress at all. Oh, I missed. Oh, is it... Oh, it's outside the walls, okay. The Stormcaster, I mean, their projectiles are very easy to dodge, but usually I don't really try very hard to dodge them because they deal very little damage compared to other enemies in the Chaos Sanctuary. So I have kind of trained myself to ignore them. Okay, here we go. Grinding through the Chaos Sanctuary in search of the devil himself. How nice of him to come to me instead of running backwards to safety. Ooh. Surprisingly strong performance by a level 6 Valkyrie. I mean, it is only one enemy, but still. Here we go.
I can't carry anymore.
I guess if we're gonna use the town portal to set up a safety portal sometime, might as well do it now to clear the inventory space. They are surely very poison resistant. I don't think charged strike is as mana efficient, even though they are super poison resistant. It might be more javelin efficient, but I don't know. Right now I have more javelins than I have mana potions. Hey TTD. No, it is not hardcore. How do you not go to town? I do go to town for the strictly required missions or quests.
I can't carry
But never otherwise. And also no using any of the services that the town provides. Right now I kind of wish that more enemies would chase after me at once, because now it's like 2 or 3 at a time, which is not very javelin efficient. Neither of those dropped any potions. What a shame. Nice little cheese spot. Well, I guess most of them can shoot back, but... And the bone spirits are a little bit tricky to dodge. No, and then they're dying off screen, or like off ground, so I don't get any loot drops. Did you let yourself to go to the Act 2 sewers? I kind of said that we could allow it, but I didn't do it. So I guess I didn't allow it, because exactly, it requires you to take an extra jog through town. But like we do go to town, like every time I died, I had to go to town, of course. So there has been some town activity outside of the quests anyway. But going to the sewers would be like a voluntary town visit. That's the difference for me, I guess. This ring does so much for this character. Oh, no. I hope I didn't wait. Oh, I did. I was gonna say, I hope I didn't wake all of those guys up, but I did. Looks like we're gonna be in the Chaos Sanctuary for a while. But at least right now it's more of a resource problem than a, you know, difficulty or hard wall problem. When did the stream start? 2 hours ago, more or less. 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, and we started the act at that time, so we're currently looking at maybe a 3-hour act 4, if all goes well. Though, as I said at the start, I think this is the most difficult act. Simply because of all the poison immune enemies and poison resistant enemies. Though I guess Act 5, the end of Act 5, is gonna be tough as well. Especially the Bale minion waves. But we could maybe skip them. A single replenished life item would have gone crazy. We did have one earlier this stream, but it was 3 like replenish life 3, and that simply didn't do enough. I just keep aggroing more and more enemies, but I kind of want to check out those 2 serpent skin armors. Though actually, realistically, am I gonna be able to replace my current armor with anything? I don't think so. There probably is not a single item which I would replace, a single armor which I would replace peace with. Please focus my Valkyrie. So many knights, man. I did not expect poison to be this big of a problem. I knew poison was a problem, but like this is really annoying. Remember, today is Friday the 13th. No hardcore today. Probably for the better. Cue Ben Hill music. Where is the Warlock challenge with spinning the wheel? Are we doing Warlock first or next? Possibly. Like if I run past... Maybe I can actually. I can leave those Oblivion Knights. That would be quite nice. Yeah, seeing how much resources I'm having to spend here to even get to the middle, maybe I should try to do some herding tactics. Like lead monsters away and park them somewhere. Which is easier said than done, absolutely. Especially since against Lord Infector of Souls. Lord Infector of Souls. Against Infector of Souls, I will probably have to kite him around for a long time. But like I keep running into just a few enemies at a time, which is very resource inefficient, but I also don't wanna, you know, run ahead and risk being surrounded. Yeah, maybe a Warlock spin the wheel challenge could be fun next. We get to play the new cool Warlock, and depending on the rolls, maybe for a while we could play a full-powered Warlock. Yeah, Lightning Fury is one of the most fun skills to use, I think. There's something about, you know, splitting on impact and shooting out in every direction that is very satisfying. Though it is a very strong skill, so I haven't used it in a while. Not that every challenge needs to use the worst skills or anything, but like I haven't found myself in a position where I ended up being a Javason, except this one. And now of course I ended up going with Poison instead, because it's more mana and javelin efficient. Actually, for herding enemies, it's maybe better to not have the Valkyrie. Because she can mess up my poison cloud spreading. Like now I managed to get all enemies hit with one poison cloud. But the Valkyrie can kind of screw that up sometimes. Ooh, I did not mean to aggro that pack. Holy, save me. Extra fast fanaticism aura. Well, as long as they are not faster than me. Ooh, watch my stamina bar. Tactical walking. I did not expect my Valkyrie to get instantly one shot, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised against a pack of fanaticism monsters. Well, even though this pack is taking a really long time to wear down, it should be pretty javelin efficient to do so. seeing I can hit like 10 guys with every throw. Or 10 demons, 10 guys. I've been playing the Warlock too much recently, so I view all demons as equal citizens of Sanctuary. Though hopefully this is not a sign of what's to come with the Infector of Souls. The problem with him, of course, is that he is always immune to poison, like completely immune. Right? I think so anyway. Now I'm second guessing myself, or doubting myself, but I'm pretty sure he's always poison immune. But we're down to 20 javelins, so we're definitely gonna have to pop one of the orc runes soon. What aura do you hate the most on enemies? Well, it depends on the character. If you're a melee character, might and fanaticism. But in general, I think Holy Freeze. That can be super annoying. Or if you're facing like Gloams or Souls, then of course it is Conviction. Well, we somehow survived that encounter. Nice. Looking a little short stacked on the potion front, but it's fine. One other elite, okay. Oh, well, let's view it from the bright side. If we can get the elites taken care of early, we don't have to fight them later. Because there is a limit to how many unique packs can spawn in every area. That's some cope, if I've ever heard it. Bait them to the entrance. I am considering doing that, but if I start doing it already, I risk creating this huge group of enemies here. And then if I want to kite Infector of Souls or another pack later, I risk getting completely surrounded. So I do think that's a good idea to do, but I think it's a little early for it. Actually, I wonder, can you kite Infector of Souls out of the Chaos Sanctuary entirely? And if you can, does that count as you having killed him? Like you can you can drag the Bale throne room waves out of the room and then the fight proceeds? Or do you need to kill them? I guess we get a chance to find out. But if I want to do that, then I really need to keep the way to the entrance clear. And even as it stands right now, it's not completely clear. Hell yeah, catching one of your streams. Love your challenges, dude. Nice, thank you. Glad you enjoyed them. Oh, just taking a mental breather. All right. I went ahead to scout. If we got the other layout, we could potentially have parked some enemies back there, but it's harder to do on this layout because you need to go so deep into the place. Well, what if we do it like that? Well, here's the problem. Now they are joining the fight from, like, behind. So if I didn't rely so heavily on kiting in large circles, then I think parking enemies in a corner could be fine. Well, actually, maybe we can park those up here now. We can try anyway. Teleportation too, huh? And then we do like this, and then... Holy crap, it's gonna work. Thank you, Boström85, for the super chat. Max, Donken, eller Burger King, so it's... I guess Max is a Swedish chain, right? But that, McDonald's or Burger King, I have to say Max. Though I think McDonald's has been getting a lot better recently, at least in Sweden, while Max has been going down in quality. Thank you for the support. I've never been a huge fan of Burger King though, personally. I mean, I could try to park those guys as well, but then this corner is gonna be like the corner of doom. And if I ever walk too close to the corner, I'm gonna awaken the fury. And actually, I can't believe how short-sighted I am. But now I'm almost leveling up again, so I could have used those harpoons. Though I guess I really don't have the inventory space for it, right? Okay, so if we imagine this wall and this wall continuing like this, that's like the line of doom. We are never allowed to cross that ever again. There's too many scary enemies up there. So I need to kite in smaller circles also, now that I am parking enemies everywhere. I'm trying to wait for the poison to run out before I heal. And it worked at that time anyway. Ooh, this is getting kind of intense. And that poison cloud didn't do anything. If only you could bind the demon, yes. Will you ever return to PoE2 for meme runs? I enjoyed the campaign playthrough I did on stream of PoE2, so I would like to say yes, but I also feel like I would need to learn the game a little bit better before I could do interesting challenges or meme runs. Or maybe not. Maybe it's more fun if I don't know what I'm doing. But probably, but no promises of when. Like I played last in PoE2 0.3, and then I haven't even launched the game in 0.4, which I definitely thought I would, but you know, time moves quickly. I also meant to check out Darkhaven, the new ARPG from the guys who made the original Diablo 2, at least some of the guys. Well, the game is not out, but like a super early demo. I believe they didn't even call it a beta, like a alpha demo. But then Diablo 2 Reign of the Warlock came out at basically the exact same time, so I have not checked it out yet. Might actually save that until it's a little bit more done. Because right now, as I said, I think it's like a super... Actually, I think they even call it a pre-alpha, whatever that's supposed to mean. What's the cube recipe for javelins? You use... Well, now I don't have either, but 1 stack of arrows and any spear creates a stack of javelins. But now I found javelins, that was quite nice. So I'm gonna use those for now to save those as much as I can. Hey, Rifek. Love your videos. Keep it up. Cheers from Poland. Thank you, thank you. Glad you like the videos. Pre-alpha is basically saying it isn't even in a testable state. Here's a proof of concept. Like I said, I haven't tried it, but that's how it reads to me. Hembrandt. Pre-alpha, it's basically saying, well, it's so early that it's not even, you know, exactly, it's more of a proof of concept. And to me, I'm no game developer or publisher, but it seems a little bit weird to me to release something like that as a public demo. Because not only do I assume that then the actual release is super far away, but it also might give people the wrong idea about the game. But what do I know? Maybe it only means that you can only play a very small portion of the game. Dancing around bone spirits, like, oof. I feel like I got lucky that this area seems pretty empty, so I did have somewhere to kind of run to. Since I can no longer go up here. Ooh, another javelin. Oh. Well, that I'm never gonna be able to get 118 strength, that's for sure. Don't go up there, don't go up there. Come. Please, Valkyrie, don't screw me. Come back here. Okay. Imagine if my Valkyrie randomly wanders up and leads the literal horde of hell to me. Pre-alpha would be a vertical slice, right? I.e. a first draft of the game, but not just the beginning, but a view of what will be there in general. Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. If it's pre-alpha, yeah, they probably don't even have any part of the game finished, so that wouldn't make sense either. I was thinking, like, when Diablo 3 had its first open demo weekend, you could play the quest line up to the Skeleton King in a pretty, you know, good state. I do believe they changed some stuff after that, but we'll see. That's a good point. It could also be like they feel they need to get some more backers. I do believe it's crowdfunded. They at least have a Kickstarter. So maybe they need to build some hype right now to raise money. Could also be a reason for it. Stupid Oblivionites spreading out so much, so I'm gonna be very inefficient with my javelins now. And I don't think I can kite these guys anywhere. Because I need this area completely empty and this area completely empty, so I have somewhere to kite the Infector of Souls back and forth. And I still don't really know how I'm gonna deal with the Infector of Souls. I guess I might have to try and break his poison immunity with the wand, but I don't think it will be enough to break his immunity. Though I don't know off the top of my head. Superior Balrog Blade. T-Rune, L-Rune, Steel Balrog Blade. Maybe. If it comes down to it, but I can't go around carrying something like that with me for a very long time. It's not worth this stash space. By the way, I'm not sure we could have made it through with only the javelins I brought with me, because I did have to spend more javelins per enemy, even compared to what I thought. So the fact that I found a couple of javelins in here as well, oh, well, make that 3. 3 javelins is very nice. So these ones I'm not even gonna bother to identify. 98 strength required, and I also believe that the speculum has like a max quantity of 30 or something ridiculous, so I'm actually not even gonna bother identifying them. Well, actually, maybe they have minus requirements and replenish stack size. Yeah, quantity 30 max and very high strength requirement. Not for us. But I have enough scrolls. Ooh. I'm waiting for the poison to run out. Very long poison. That was one of the plays of all time. Well, actually, I do have 2 antidotes now, so I could use one, but now we can wait. And this is getting a little bit annoying, the stupid poison causing me so much problems. You won't have any... You will only be limited to low-level throwables if you don't put points into strength. Yeah, but that's not that big of a problem. And also, some javelins require a lot of dexterity, but not very much strength. Like these ones, 109 dex, only 25 strength.
To you, partner.
And I'm not dependent on the listed damage anyway. Sure, it would be nice if I could use all the javelin drops that I could, that I found, of course. But every point I put into strength is only for that. Like, I want a lot of points into vitality. So I guess I'm keeping myself open in case I find more harpoons. Which I don't know if that's smart or not. Thank you, Doomcop, for the subscription. I appreciate the support. I'm gonna have to start drinking full rejuves as mana potions. How would you feel about a class that could throw every item in the game? Isn't that kind of what the Warlock does with Echoing Strike? But I guess you mean more like an actual throw, not a skill. Because Echoing Strike is more of a skill than an attack. I don't know. That would be cool, kind of, maybe. It's gonna be interesting to take on Diablo with such limited healing, because in one way it's fine, because I will dodge, like I will run very far from him and dodge everything anyway. But his Ring of Fire will hit me, because that's very difficult to dodge, and I have a negative fire resist. So I might need to go and grab some health potions before that. Just so I have like a slow burning heal. And not just the instant full heal. Yeah, the Venom Lords are a pain in the ass because they are so poison resistant. Oh, I could cheese him behind the pillars to dodge the Ring of Fire. That I could definitely do. And I am not above doing something like that for this challenge. War Spear, perfect, but now I don't think I have any arrows, but... But actually I have a lot of space here. So now I need a stack of arrows, then I can make more javelins. Can take a quick look before the items down here despawn. Ooh, perfect. $52. The amount of javelins you get in the stack that you craft seems to be random. So this was a mediocre, like a very mid roll. Oh, and a pylum too. Didn't see that before. Alright, we definitely have all the javelins we need. Let's see if I can leave a few of the Oblivion Knights here. And now I'm gonna try to run past the pack, and then so I can kite them downwards. I almost killed myself by accidentally throwing a javelin, which almost got me surrounded. That would be sad if a misclick killed me. Lord Disease, what a complete pushover. And even some javelins for us, and a glaive. Now this is an unusual situation. I have more javelins than I can carry. Okay, we're so close to the end of the game, so I think that we can get rid of some of these. T-Rune never gonna be useful. Cover-Rune isn't gonna be useful. I'm sorry, Cover-Rune fans. But I simply don't think I will be able to make it work. And then we leave those on the ground for a bit, because those are soon running out, and it shouldn't despawn. Anything that can give you open wounds, yeah, that would be very useful. I could craft a blood belt, otherwise I would need to go for a melee weapon. The Hobo Dream, the Hobo Dream. Well, maybe I will end up using so many javelins that we have space by the end of it. And I'm gonna activate this seal. Then I'm gonna activate this seal, and then I'm gonna run. So now I don't need to kill all enemies that are left behind there. And there is potential to cheese him a little bit. Because sometimes you can snipe, if you activate all the seals, then you can kind of snipe the Infector of Souls. And if you kill him first, you don't need to kill his minions, right? Because they simply evaporate. But I don't think that's gonna be possible this time. Since he's poison immune. Cocomal, yes, the Sanctuary, the Hobo Dream is dead, Sanctuary Dream is dead. You can only merge stacks if they are the same, and you can't merge magic with non-magic. Like if you manage to position yourself just right, you can get it so the minions run at you. But then they realize that they have gone too far from their leader. And then they'll run back. Like so. But it is of course a little bit tricky, because I don't wanna... It's very easy to wake the whole pack up. I don't think this is gonna work. Like, I don't have the range to cheese them. But if I was, for example, a Boazon or a Holy Bolt Paladin, I could definitely do it this way. Like, keep shooting the minions. And then they aggro and de-aggro, like so. Well, it's kind of working. Oh, the Infector of Souls is not poison immune. Who am I thinking of? I didn't say it, but I almost said, well, in that case it's not gonna be a problem. Proceed to almost getting insta murdered. So now we can really reap the rewards of clearing out at least 2 of the pathways completely. They are so fast. It's hard when there's such a big pack and they are extra fast, but if you can get Venom Lords to kind of sync up so they use their Fire Breath attack at more or less the same time, that can make kiting them a lot easier. But if they are desynced like they are now, then it becomes trickier. Because every time I stop to throw a javelin, there's a chance that some of them will run up to me. Maybe confused him with Wave 2 of Bale, Akmal. Maybe, or maybe I just know, or I just remember that he's a Venom Lord. And Venom Lords have high poison res, but they are not completely immune, and that is a very important difference. No! That was close. That was very close. Poisoning everyone except the Infector. Okay, here we go. Oh, down to like 20% HP or something. Okay, note to self, don't go into the middle of the star. Oh, here we go. Oof. What a fight.
Not even death can save you.
I'm opening my inventory as if I had a way to prepare. Zarfen, strange question, but when you play most games, if you're encountered with a pathway to the... do you go to the left or the right? I almost always go to the left first. Hello and good day, Zarfen. I do appreciate your grindy game. Thank you. Glad you do. Otherwise, you would be in the wrong place. Holy crap, what a grind. He is poison immune in Nightmare. Is he? Oh, interesting. Well, so there was something to that. Okay, so let's try to let's try to get him up here, and then we can hide behind the pillar on the other side here, or the other way around. Let's try to get him out of the middle anyway. Oh. Oof. That is a lot of damage. Realistically, if he ever decides to use his... I couldn't dodge in time. If he ever decides to use his bone prison attack, I am screwed. But that simply is what it is. And I'm not fast enough to dodge. I'm not sure if it was actually worth it for me to go and stab him with Kelpie Snare, but I did. Okay, it definitely seems worth it. He's so slow now. But he did hit me in the process. Those two fire novas didn't hurt me at all. I wonder why. Well, I guess the slow really gives me a lot more time to dodge his fire spells. It's ridiculous how slow he is. Kelpie Snare has 75% slow, and then this has 27% slow. So over 100% slow. Although it is capped, I don't know what the cap is, but you can't completely freeze enemies with slow on hit. But this looks kind of ridiculous. It is kind of ridiculous. Diablo is tired. He's had enough of my shenanigans. Oh, he almost hit me there. Good effort, Diablo. The delayed run up and punch is so funny because, like, when was I standing there? Like 10 minutes ago. Here we go! Holy, what a fight! Well, maybe not so much the fight, but what a Chaos Sanctuary! Holy crap! I don't think I need to identify any bows. I do have one chipped gem or a flawed gem already. Finally a rare with a bunch of stats, but it's not very useful stats. Stamina, 9 mana, gold find is useless. And then the worst resistance roll. GG, GG. Easy win. This is bullying at this point. This game is crazy. It's very... I mean, that's part of why I like this game so much, because the mechanics are kind of wonky in a way. They're kind of weird. Like, slow being able to be stacked so much, and like... There's simply many ways to tackle the game that are fun, in my opinion. I did pick up the co-rune because we had the space. We're in town. Quickly, move on. Get away. Diablo sending his moves in the past. They'll be with you in 2 to 5 business days. Yeah. Passing by to say hi. Hello. Hello, hello. Alright, so we did defeat the Lord of Terror.
Must be stopped.
GG, GG, thank you, thank you. This is hell. Yes, it is hell. And now we're at the very last stretch. Ooh! Sneaky. Okay, I'm gonna cheat and stand in town. Because they are cheating and attacking me when I'm not ready. So I think I'm gonna do attempt one suicide run to the first waypoint. And then if it doesn't work, we'll grind through. This is not up to Reign of the Warlock. Total slow cap is 85 for attack and 75 for movement speed. Alright, thank you, 80's face. So basically, Kelpie almost gets you to the cap on its own. What a crazy item. So that was, of course, quite a... Yeah, the Kelpie was, of course, a very lucky item. Very lucky find, but it is very broken now. 1 durability, so we'll have to repair that before Bale. I assume we need it against Bale. To repair, you need only an Ort rune for weapons and only a Rail rune for armor. But if you also want to repair charges, like on this wand, which I guess I never ended up using it, I forgot about it. I didn't ever end up using the low resist wand in the Chaos Sanctuary. But if you want to repair charges as well, you need to add a flawed gem, I think, or a chipped gem, I forget. Oh, it's 50 from individual sources versus bosses. Oh, alright. Okay, thanks, 80's face. Good clarification, because I really felt like there was a difference in Kelpie with Impale and only Kelpie. And now my voice is... can't speak anymore. Alright. Actually, I'll only need to run from the archers because the enslaved kind of dies to my plague javelin. Spear! I need to try and make room for that spear. Well, need to is a strong word, but I want to. And a pylon too. My voice can really feel that it has been a while since I streamed, so probably a bit of a shorter stream today than usual. But let's make sure that we use the resources we are presented with. Very nice that the arrows dropped right next to the spear. And of course, here you can combine them. So I'm left with... Actually, let's do it like that. So I use the 12 first. This... Something that I'm not going to miss after this challenge is done is the freaking inventory management of cubing something, but the inventory is already full. Alright, and here we have Dak Farron. And also kind of tight terrain. Lucky that I was able to... Oh man. I spoke too soon. I said lucky that I was able to run past those archers, but there were more archers. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Let's go. I don't technically need to run past, but it feels, to me anyway, it feels so daunting to start all the way back in Harrogath and have so much of the act that you need to go through. Ooh, the slow missiles from Peace Triggered. That's not usually something you even think about. My gloves broke. It is not so much the death that was painful, but when I died, I saw all my potions drop on the ground before me. Will this run also include Ubers? No. Alright. Brutal enemy placement on those stairs. Yeah, and I even tried running past them once. Or I mean, I threw javelins at them to clear out the stairs, but they kept reinforcing, which was smart by them, I guess. Yeah, rip gloves too. I mean, losing the cold res, unfortunate, but the attack speed has been pretty nice. Maybe we should actually use one of our rail runes to repair them. But we can think about that next time. I can feel that my voice hasn't been streaming in a while, so I think it's a good place to end today here. And we'll continue with Act 5 next time. So, I hope you all have a nice weekend, a nice continuation of your Friday. Because once I died and lost all those potions, I need to go back to Act 1 most likely and farm some potions anyway. And then I guess we'll painstakingly grind through the battlefields. At least we are good on javelins right now. We still have some on that stack. We have Great Pilum 55, War Javelin with attack speed 61, normal War Javelin, or normal Javelins 90 plus 6. Why did you not drop all your gear? I did, but I quickly saved and exited the game. And if you do that, your body returns to town. Alright, thanks for hanging out today, everyone. See you on the next stream. Hopefully next week. I'm gonna stop saying see you on Monday because then stuff happens and, you know, the streams don't. Right. Have a nice one. Have a good Friday and bye. GG's.